All right, looking here, we've got a nice eclectic mix of materials. We have a piece of cherry, a little chunk of ebony, and a stone. What are we going to do with these today? So we're going to try something a little bit different and a little bit fun, I believe. So let's give this thing a shot. Well, like I said, I've got these three vastly different pieces of wood, vastly different types. The cherry's relatively speaking, it's softer wood. It is a hardwood, but it's going to be way softer than this chunk of ebony that I'm going to play around with. And then, of course, a stone. So what I'm going to do today is show you three different ways that we can do three different types of material that we can use to make what is known, and I'm sure all of you have seen this, they're called pocket hugs. They're kind of like something that, like the comfort crosses or the comfort burrs, but they're little trinkets that you hold in your hand. It says pocket hug on it. Some are shaped like hearts, some are just randomly shaped pieces of whatever, the wood. I'm thinking maybe it's rocks, I'm not sure. Some of them are laser engraved. I'm not going to do the laser engraving because I don't know how many of you have a laser engraver, so we're going to skip that part of it, but it can be done if you've got one. I'm going to show you how to use your Dremel or rotary tool to carve the text into each of these different, vastly different types of materials. So let's go ahead and get started, and let's have a good time with this one. Okay, so here you can see I've got this kind of little sander. It's a pretty cool little piece. I got it off of Amazon. I don't even remember its cost. Table can be rotated down so you can get a 45 or any other angle in between there. It takes this little 1-inch belted sandpaper, and it's pretty cool. So let me go ahead and I'm going to get started doing some sanding on this. All right, so I've just made some random shapes. This is just some organic looking kidney type shape. I just thought this might be a little bit cool. It is basically, it's a black heart. Not sure what that signifies, but there we have it. And again, the stone. You may notice this stone, how nice and smooth, and this looks like hand smooth or water smooth from being out in some place where there's tide, whatever, causing it to get smooth. We turn this over and you'll see that this has a different look to it. And that's because originally what I had done is I had used my laser printer my laser engraver, I should say, to put something on here just to test it. Well, it didn't turn out real good because I didn't have my settings tuned in right and it just didn't work. So I wanted to, quote, erase this. And that's why it looks like this. But don't worry, when we're done, this will be all nice and polished, just like this side over here. Now what I need to do is put on the lettering where we want it. So I'm going to be writing the words pocket hug on these, and then we're going to carve them out. So, and you could use whatever text you want. I'm just going to be basic. You can print out a printout from your color printer of the text in the correct size so it fits on here, and then get yourself some carbon paper or something, put that down and just outline it so that you've got better lettering on here. Uh, One thing you're going to find, and I can see it already, as a matter of fact, I'm going to fix it because I already know what's going to happen here. You know, I just wrote like I would normally handwrite, and these letters are going to be all way too close together. Once I get going, you're not going to be able to finish carving the whole thing because they're too close. So let's go like this. That's okay. You can't read it, but it's all right. I get it. Up here, this is going to be even more fun. Just your basics. I'm fine with this. And then we're going to put this way. All right. There we have it written in there. All right. So there's our letters, which actually form words if you're paying attention at home. So now let's go ahead and get started. I want to do the rock first, I think, just because it's something you've never probably seen on this channel anyhow. So what you want to use for these, for a rock, is these diamond bits. These things are all diamond encrusted. The other thing you need is a little bit of water. So I've got my brush water that I've just cleaned, and I'm going to set this over here so that I can do that. And let me get everything set up. All right, so what I've done is I've chosen this bit. I don't know the name of it. It's just in this little kit. This was just something I got off of Amazon. I'll see if I can find it and put the link in there for you. And all I'm doing is using this. And really what I want to first do is just kind of get this in place so that we can see what it looks like. Then I'll widen it, make it bigger, make it a little more fancy. Also, what you're going to do when you carve with these is, the reason I have the water is you want to dip this in the water, get it wet, and then start carving. If you don't, it'll still work, but you'll ruin this rather quickly. All right, nice. I didn't even turn on the camera, so sorry, but I got the P in there. Hopefully you can see that. You just have to go slow, and hopefully I'll get it recorded this time. You can see what I'm running into here. Running off the edge of that rock, aren't we? That's all right. All right, so I'm going to try to use a little bit wider of a tip here, and we'll see if what I can do is to make these a little thicker and more uniform so they don't look so childlike. I'm not going to say that I'm going to do a good job of that, but let's see what we can do in here. I don't know that that's my best work, but I did engrave into a rock. Give it a shot. I would certainly think anybody out there can do better than I just did there, but give it a shot. See what you get. I'll polish this up here next. Believe me, I don't have any clue what this stuff is going to do. It came with the Dremel. I have no clue. We'll take a look and see what we can do. I'm going to try a little bit of Yorkshire grit on this. For those of you that don't know, it's a product that is mainly used for wood turning. to get your bowls nice and smooth. I'm going to try that on here to sand it with this. All right, we can see we're getting a little bit nicer of a shine to this. Now, let me try, this stuff is Renaissance. It's a micro crystalline wax cleaner and polish. Let's see how this stuff will do. I'm going to just go ahead and get it right in here like this and rub it on with my hands. All right, now I will take and I will buff it with that little, with this little soft piece here. Throw on a brand new smaller one so I can get in there a little better, and final buffing. So the rock one is done. Yep, I ran out of room over here. I realized that. As I said, the letters do get bigger, and plan ahead, yeah, that didn't quite do that. But you get the idea. You can go ahead and try this. You just need to get these diamond these diamond encoded ones. Make sure you're using a lot of water, because you will burn them up pretty quick. They do not last as long as the other ones, as your regular carbide bits for wood, and that makes sense. This is a much harder thing to cut. So now we're going to go ahead, we're going to move to this ebony. So let's get started on this one. All right, I'm hoping this is going to be a little bit easier to carve than rock. I know that ebony is a much harder piece of wood. I am using this tiny little ball bit that is from, I believe this is from Dremel. So let me go ahead and give that a shot to at least outline that and maybe not run off the edge of the page here. So. All right, so what I've decided to do here is erase what's after this, because I'm already going off the page, as it were. And I'm going to rewrite these in here and hopefully not run out of room. All right, so I've rewritten it. Let's hope it happens. All right, I got it in there. I think it looks okay. The G kind of is going off, but kind of not. It's this is rounded over a little bit on the side here, and I think it makes it look worse than it is. But fairly centered, and it looks not too bad. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to just kind of go over it a little bit more, make it nice and clean. The camera's kind of getting in my way, so I need to do that off camera. And then it's just a matter of kind of smoothing this all out and making it a nice smooth, something nice and smooth for in your hand. All right, I'm going to try to do a little bit of sanding on here and get this cleaned up. Now that I have that really smoothed out, it looks pretty good, and you can see there's that's ebony. It's black all over me. I'm going to take this 220 grit and kind of go over that with the 220, and then I'm going to grab some 320 as well and jump up to that. There we go. This is all polished up, this ebony. The ebony is just, it's such a rich looking piece of wood. It's amazing, but not bad. Now I'm going to go to the next one, which is this one. This is the cherry. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to smooth this all out, get it all nice and cleaned up, and then I'm going to use my wood burning kit, because I figure, you know, you may not have a laser printer, a laser engraver, but you might have a wood burner, and that is a way that we can also do this without the laser. So let me get this all cleaned up and ready to go smooth wise, and then we'll go ahead and put the lettering on. So the third way that we'll do this is I have this carbon paper, and I'm going to just kind of lay that on here. I've got this taped together, so I'm going to kind of put that right there, so I got it where I want it. I want to make sure that it is on top of the flat part, so I'm just going to kind of move that around with my fingers. Now here's the hard part. I need to get in here and just mark these letters with my pencil. So just very carefully, I want to do this. And you don't want to move anything. Makes it, could make it a mess. So what I'm going to do is this side, then I'll move my hands. There's better ways to do this. You could tape this all down. I just didn't feel like cutting up the carbon paper. So let's get my fingertips over here and do the rest of this. All right. And you got nothing. Must have old carbon copy paper here. Just didn't do a thing for me. I guess it's there. I can kind of see it. You might not be able to, but I do see it. So like I said, I was able to see it pretty close. I just went over that with my pencil just to give us a much better look so that we could see what's actually happening. Now, I have my wood burner is on. The setting is about at maybe a 7 out of 10. I'm not even sure if this is the right setting for this or not, but we're going to find out together. All right, so I have that all burned in. I'm going to use some of this stuff on here just to clean it up, see how it looks, make it look nice. And so there you go. This is the third way that I've done one of these for us. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of paper towel, and I'm going to really rub this out, give it a little bit of a shine, hopefully. All right, so there is that, there's that, and there's that. So there's all three of them. Now, I went ahead and I've done a couple of other things here. While you guys were watching all this, in between all this stuff where I was doing other things in between, I went ahead and made some of these and laser engraved them so that you can see there's a complete difference in look when you do a laser engraving, obviously. You get much crisper letters. It's a cleaner look, but the cost of entry is way more expensive for anybody. And I got this little tiny laser engraver. It's just a little guy. It's a desktop version. It can only do a 5-inch square area. But so here's this. You can hardly see it. I'm thinking about putting some white in there so we can see that. That didn't turn out the way I'd liked it. I like this better. This one, I think, turned out wonderfully. I love the look of the letters. It's nice and clean, and this is in the cherry. So there you have it. All right, like I said, we've got all of these done. This is the hand done one. Let me get a little bit more light on myself here. This was so this was done with my wood burner. You saw that. That one is probably the best out of all the hand ones. I just love the look of that. Of course, here's our rock. It's not bad, but it's not great. And then here we go. This one is on the ebony, and again, it's done with the Dremel. This one here, not super duper happy with. You can see it in person. It's readable. Too dark though. But this cherry with the laser engraving on it is really the way to go. But not everybody can do it. I just wanted to be able to show you guys that there's different ways to end up with the same end product. So hope you go out and give one of these a try. If you've got the laser engraver, by all means, you're really good to go with these little guys. They're kind of fun. Great gifts. Again, still, a wood burner would do wonders for you on that. And then give a rock a try. If you've never done it, I'm not very good at it, obviously, but I enjoy it every now and again. So there we have it. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy yourselves, and please go out and carve.